Oh boy, welcome to the show, everybody. We are starting it off with a Monster Energy drink, by the way. Link in the description below. As an Amazon associate, I do earn from your qualifying purchases. So if you are to click on a link, purchase this product right here, make a purchase, I get a small commission, and it's at no extra cost to you, and it supports the channel. So anything you can do to help support the channel, we greatly appreciate it here on this show. All right, shall we begin? Okay. So I am waking up a little bit, a little tired, but we decided to do a quick morning show, and we're ready to roll. Ready to talk about the grift that keeps on grifting, right? We're talking about crypto, and we all know it's a grift. We here at the show know it's a grift, but does everybody else know how grifty it actually is? That's the question we're all asking. Mm. Mm. But yeah, overall, it's a bit of a morning show, doing our thing. Um, yeah, we got a pretty good amount of battery. Let's see, 65% battery. Here we go. Uh, Trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. I don't think anybody's really watching at the moment, but that's okay. So we're gonna start out the show with talking about what we know best. And we can identify. We're really good on this show about identifying crap, right? We know what is crap. We know what is good. And we also have our handy dandy notebook. So yeah, the crypto markets are in shambles. Thank goodness, by the way, because we all know on this show what do we say that crypto is a Ponzi scheme, right? So crypto, we all know, is one of the worst Ponzi schemes ever invented by man. It's monetary garbage. It's not even it's phony baloney dildo money. All cryptocurrencies are. I don't care whether we're talking about Bitcoin. I don't care whether we're talking about Clickcoin. I don't really care if we're talking about Douchecoin, right? We're talking about how all of these are fraudulent and don't really matter in society. They're a net negative to society, basically. All cryptocurrency is a net negative to society. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. None of them are good for society at all. And anybody who says otherwise, good for you. I'm happy for you, dog. But you're just wrong. And it's okay to be wrong, but you got to at least admit it, you know what I mean? But yeah, Douchecoin millionaire, man. He's my boy. Sorry, I'm getting some stuff out of my backpack. All right, let's take a look at the chats. See if we got any people in chat. But yeah, overall, it's look. The truth is, anybody who participates in this is a scam artist, and I'm a scam artist. You know what I did this morning, just because I was feeling like a troll? I was like, you know what? I will participate in the madness on a very small scale. I ended up buying $1's worth of all the stupid meme coins that exist. I just went on my Robinhood app, and I was like, okay, let me get all this douchey shit out of the way. Let me lift this up a bit. But I wanted to be like Douchecoin Millionaire. He's my idol. Douchecoin Millionaire is basically this guy who got lucky and got rich off of Douchecoin. He never sold when he hit to a certain point, though, which really infuriated me. It's like if you're gonna get into a Ponzi scheme, you gotta sell off and then just get into real assets. Things like Douchecoin, which I call it was Dogecoin. The cryptocurrencies are not meant to be held forever because in their name it's implied currency, right? So even if it somehow was valuable, which it's not, the problem is it's all worthless. And you can't say that Bitcoin's digital gold. The whole thing's artificial. Everything about crypto is artificially constructed. Therefore, I think its meaning is pointless, quite frankly, if we're going to be honest. That its value is merely speculative. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just speculation. It's not real. I mean, it exists, I guess. The algorithms exist. But, tell me otherwise. Tell me why I'm so wrong and you're so right. I think you guys just want crypto to go up. And of course, I'm guilty. I want crypto to go down because I bet against it all the time. Full transparency. I think Bitcoin is a net. I think Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies are a net negative to society, and I'm proud to bet against these things. And I also, like I said, I bought $1 worth of every single stupid meme coin out there, just out of spite. Just be like, hey, if it does go up, okay. I don't believe in any of it though. I think it's all garbage, and yeah, it's all garbage. But I definitely heavily bet against Bitcoin. There's only so much dumb money out there, you know, and it's like and the dumb money falters very quickly. Here's what happens when a market crash happens. What tends to go down the fastest are the riskiest assets, right? So if people are considering Clickcoin my Bitcoin an actual asset, which it's not, by the way. Unfortunately, the SEC, which has gone mad, considers it an asset, which is idiocy, by the way. You know, let them think what they want, but they're wrong, you know. And yeah, that's all I gotta say on that one. Look, I don't know what you guys believe. I could put a poll out actually. Maybe if oh wait, it's not gonna let me do a poll, is it? Oh, freaking lame! It's not letting me do a poll. That's okay. That's okay. Either way, I don't need to do a poll. I could gauge the audience mentality through the chat. But yeah, no, Bitcoin's a grift. All crypto's a grift. All of it. Every single stupid cryptocurrency that comes out is a grift. Bitcoin, it's all a scam. It's all a big Ponzi scheme. They all participate in greater fool theory. And basically, greater fool theory in a nutshell is basically, let's say you and me, the viewer, let's say I bought Bitcoin for $1, and you decide that you want to buy Bitcoin because you're afraid of missing out, but you're willing to pay $3 for it. Look, I just made a $2 profit on something worthless, right? I sold to a greater fool than I in this scenario, right? I was the fool at first, but you're the greater fool than I because you bought it for a higher price. You bought something that is actually worthless for more money. I bought something that was worthless for money at all. So I was an idiot. And there was a fool before me, but there's also a fool after. And eventually, in greater fool theory, eventually the fools run out. And the greater fool is the one that remains. If that makes sense. So, but yeah, greater fool theory is a good one, man. I like greater fool theory. It's one I think that needs to be studied a little bit more, because you see it all the time with collectibles and all that garbage. So, it's fun stuff. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of the greater fool theory. Just, you know. And, you know, I got into Bitcoin early. I'm not going to lie. I tell this to everybody. I got into Bitcoin very, very early. Not exactly proud of it, but at the same time, I never sold it. I still have my holdings. I have it in a crypto exchange called Coinbase. People are like, you gotta lock it up in cold storage. It's like, nah. What if I lose my keys? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm human. I'm fallible. You know, so I'd rather it just be secure on an exchange. I really don't think Bitcoin is. I think Bitcoin's gonna get cracked by quantum computers eventually, so it doesn't matter. I do know this, that when the crypto markets finally crash, I know when they finally crash, I'll be the one who profits, because like I said, I bet against cryptocurrencies, even though I have quite a few. I bet against Bitcoin, I bet against Ethereum. This is not financial advice by any means, but I use SBIT and I use BITI, B-I-T-I, and SBIT. Those are the two ETFs that I use to bet against Bitcoin when it's at all-time highs. When Bitcoin reached its all-time highs recently, I was like, oh, hell no, this is not sustainable. Not in any way, because we all know the people getting into it at these prices are idiots, right? Because any price that you pay for Bitcoin does make you an idiot. Even I was an idiot back in the day for paying any amount of money for it, because it is worthless on an intrinsic level. So, at least that's the way I know it. Anyway, anything with an intrinsic value of 0 goes to what? What's the old saying that we have on this channel that we talk about all the time? It goes to 0. 0. So I'm very happy to be the anti-crypto channel. I think I might be one of the biggest anti-crypto voices out there, out of anybody. Oh, feels good though. Feels good. But yeah, no, it feels it's fantastic to be the to be what I like to call the voice of reason in a world full of insanity. I'm thinking about actually changing my vantage point here. I might actually. I think I'm gonna sit right here. Sit right here for a bit. Ah. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm changing my vantage point just a little bit so the sun can get out of my face. My face. Alright, here we go. It's a little better of an angle. Sun's not hitting my side as much. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Alright. Got the monster. Got the notebook. I haven't really done a show over on this bench in the morning time like this. This is fun. Let me arrange this a little bit better. All right. Here we go. All right, here we are. So yeah, overall, man, if we're gonna really talk about the crypto crash, by the way, give a like, give a subscribe. The more likes and subscribes we have, the more the channel gets dispersed along the YouTube algorithm, so we greatly appreciate it. If you are an anti-crypto person too, so feel free to subscribe. But even if you are pro-crypto, subscribe anyway. You might get to hear more stuff that you can debate me on, which I do enjoy a good, healthy debate. Even an unhealthy one's fun as well. But yeah, definitely I am the anti-crypto guy. I was rated one of the top anti-crypto channels on YouTube. I want to be the #1. But it is lunacy. We do live in a, a certain form of clown world. If you think about it, we live in clown world. If things like cryptocurrencies are taken seriously, it's really quite sad. Yeah, I just don't understand how crypto can be. I guess I kind of get it how it can be taken seriously because, dumb things have gotten hype over the years. There's a lot of crazes. The Beanie Baby craze, the .com bubble. Companies that didn't deserve the valuations they had were getting propped up, and it even got to the point where there was a certain form of lunacy where people were like, "Oh, valuations don't actually matter." Yeah. Tell me that again. Tell me that again. And no, when you see this level of lunacy in the markets, when you see things that are stupid, like just go up, there's no point. By the way, if you guys want, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the links, like my energy drink in the description below. I do get a small commission as an Amazon associate if you purchase anything from those links. It just helps the channel, and I want to say I sincerely appreciate it if you do, because I like selling products, and I like letting people know what I use every day. So check out some of those links. Maybe there's something you might enjoy. But yeah, overall, now what else do I want to talk about at the moment? I'm not sure. But hey, anybody want to chat? Get in the chat. This is a live chat, live show. I do a Q&A on these types of topics all the time. So if you guys have a question, I'm more than willing to try to answer. I may not answer the way that you want me to, but I'm going to answer the way that I want to, though. That's the most important thing. But overall, I think that what we're looking at, I mean, and like I always say, if it's my problem, let's see, let's see. Oh, TJ says, oh, what was it? TJ said, give me a second. XRP is up 26% this week, up to $2.92. Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Damn. It's not bad at all. Either way, though, just remember, there with any cryptocurrency, there's intrinsically no value. So you literally are gambling. Now, I will say this, TJ, last time I checked, you have quite a few of XRP that you bought at very low prices. So I don't know if there's a way to bet against it, but it might be smart to find, especially if you're still holding it, it might be a good idea to find some sort of avenue to bet against what you have, just as a safety measure. Because here's the thing, we all know, like I said, anything with an intrinsic value of zero goes straight to zero. So it's like you got to kind of protect your ass a little bit, and that's kind of the hope. So, yeah, I mean, if you made money on it, good for you. I mean, sometimes it's fun to make money off a gamble. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit of a gambler myself, so not all the time though. Not all the time. Let's see. Damn. So you bought it at. So if we were to do the calculations, man, you've made a lot of unrealized gains because you bought yours at 12 cents and have 1,500 of them. That's actually pretty impressive. So those gains in itself are pretty good for you, brother. Let's see. So this person's saying, Balachi89 says Bitcoin is a store of value because it's a computing system that builds an ecosystem that allows users to transfer wealth without oversight. You don't need a social security. Here's the thing. It's not a. Here's the thing, man. It's just strings of data. There's nothing that backs any of it. Is what I'm trying to get at. Also, give me a like, by the way. Just like the damn video, please. But here's the thing. If you guys like the video, I'll give you guys even better opinions. More likes, the better. So I appreciate all your likes. Let's see. XRP is. Here's the thing. But here's the thing. I'm not saying the dollar has any value either. I think the dollar is just as equally worthless, if we're going to be honest. I think all physical currencies, the moment they were not backed by gold anymore, became absolutely worthless. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that there is no worth here. There is, if that makes any sense to anybody. Like, there is no value on this one, is what I'm trying to get at. Now, I appreciate people who've been able to make money. Let's see, Rashi said, what backs the dollar? Nothing, is what I'm trying to say. The dollar's just as worthless as Bitcoin. What's worth more, gold or water? Well, since there's an abundance of water on Earth, I wouldn't say everywhere. I would say water, actually. I mean, water in a lot of ways. So that's a tough question, because if we're going to go what's more valuable, gold or water, I think it depends on where society's at. So right now, I would say gold is, but if we were in a really desperate situation, water would be more valuable overall. I think it just depends on where society's going, or where society's at currently. So I think water's always valuable. I try to gather as much water as I can personally. I'm a water hoarder. I think everybody should hoard water a little bit. Water's very important. On a personal level, I think, obviously, I'm going to choose to have as much water as possible. Oh, dropped my pen. Hold on. Dropped the damn pen. Oh, okay. So, yeah, well, obviously water's, if we're going to be smart about this, yeah, water's more valuable on a personal level. But I was going to say, because of gold's utility and everything, I think that it would be smart. I don't know. Let's see, because gold has a lot of utility, but it is also rare. In today's era, I mean, you could say that gold is more valuable. I mean, if there was more gold, if there's a ton of gold everywhere, then it would be a different story. I think we should mine asteroids. If we're gonna be honest, we should mine asteroids for gold. That'd be awesome. Ultra Fire, what up, my man? Every day. TJ says, in 1964, the monthly wage was equal to 9 ounces of gold. I'd love to make 24,000 a month. Hell yeah. I will admit, it's I wouldn't say I made a ton of money today, but I made a pretty good amount when Bitcoin crashed today. I don't know if Bitcoin's still going down at the moment. I may sell a little more S-Bit, but here's the thing, man. Anytime Bitcoin goes up on a bull run, I just start buying the S-Bit. I buy one share at a time of the S-Bit, which is a leveraged ETF, because I think it's best to bet against Bitcoin when everybody wants it. Because eventually, the dumb money runs out, and eventually the demand starts to wane, because people realize, oh shit, I don't want to be the bag holder. I better sell now. And rightfully so. People who buy towards the top tend to sell in a panic. So what happens is there ends up being a massive sell-off. And this is what crypto is. Anytime, this is what anything that has no value is. Nobody really thinks that Bitcoin's the future. I mean, a lot of these grifters say it, but I don't think even they believe it. I don't even think the big banks believe it, even though they have these spot ETFs. I think they realize that crypto is a grift, all of it. I don't care which cryptocurrency you're talking about. I don't care whether you're talking about XRP. Just because people force it to go up in the market, force an artificial demand, yeah, I still think it's worthless, man. Let's see. How much was a home worth in 1960? The dollar went down, not gold went up. So here's the thing. The dollar used to be backed by gold. It used to be back in the day. Then Tricky Dick Nixon took us off the gold standard like a frickin' moron. And then the dollar started to go down. Now, one thing that rich people know is you don't save your money. Well, you don't save your cash. You save your money. And I'll tell you what, there's a difference between money and cash. The difference between money and currency is very simple. Currency is backed by nothing, and it is really nothing at the end of the day. Money is something that's either backed by something of value or is something of value. So I'll give you an example of money. Gold is actually sound money. I don't think you should use it to buy things, obviously, but since you can't back the dollar by anything of value anymore, you still want to preserve whatever wealth you have. So you can either get into different types of assets. Asset and cash, yes, exactly. I agree with that in the comment section. But preserving your wealth is as simple as realizing what is actually valuable out there and just investing in that, straight up. And that's the thing. I just basically invest in anything that's naturally valuable, that is actually valuable. And why not? There's so many good, valuable assets out there. Why would I waste my time thinking that crypto is a long-term asset when it's not even backed by anything? This is where I get pissed at people who think that crypto is a long-term investment. It is a gamble. You are literally gambling. And and if you make money off the gamble, I support it. I think it's great when people make money off that shit. I want to say that right now. I've made money off of stupid cryptos in the short term, but they're not long-term investments because they end up going down because they're not worth anything. So if you do, let's see, Stocks Family Farm says, I just buy metal to store my money. It's harder to spend and forces me to save. Hey, you know what, dude? Honestly, that's smart. The best savings account, especially as an inflation hedge, really is just gold and silver. Seriously, gold and silver, I don't know what the best ratios would be to buy. I'm not that good. you know. But I do know that if the government can't print it, I want it. So the government can't print gold. The government can't print silver. So what am I going to do? I'm going to rack up on that shit. Now, granted, I don't actually own any gold and silver myself. I only own the companies and I own exchange traded funds that actually the funds themselves have the gold there, and also they have the silver there as well. So, so that's how I at least do it. That's my motto. Overall, it's a pretty simple motto. Um, yeah, I just see no reason to. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have a savings account, like a high yield one, but it's only like a 3%, 3.6% annual yield on it. So it's really nothing too crazy, nothing to really write home about. But it does keep a consistent principle. However, it's not inflation proof very much. I just like having cash on standby, but I like getting some sort of yield on the cash that I have on standby. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm a weird guy. But yeah, I think it's also good to have your savings account in a separate financial institution as well. But yeah, a lot of my gold and silver exposure is straight up through ETFs, exchange traded funds, and honestly, it's basically them holding the gold for me. And then if I want, it's very liquid. I could sell the any of the shares of the ETF itself, the exchange traded fund. Um, and there's a lot of backing to this. It's pretty ethical, which is nice. I will say this though, a lot of I do own a lot of silver mining and gold mining companies. So whenever gold does well, whenever silver does well, these companies tend to do very well as well. So it's a win-win situation. So I try to own as many gold and silver mining companies as I possibly can. Um, just because, and also I like to own the international ones as well if I can. So yeah, international and U.S. and domestic gold mining and silver mining companies are a must-have. I'm trying to get more into uranium as well. Uranium mining, lithium mining companies are a big one too. Because I think that there's something, and also energy companies. I love energy companies. Uh, this is one of the things, because anything that gives me direct exposure, I guess you could say, not direct exposure, but gives me exposure to the commodity through the companies that I own. For instance, like Chevron is kind of like my ownership of Chevron stock gives me exposure to the company itself, right? So I get a good healthy dividend, I get payouts for holding it, I get exposure to that field, you know what I mean? So let's see. So Balachi says paper clips went up in value since 1960. That's not bad. I have Stocks Family Farm says I have silver coins with the Butler rally scene on it, and it says fight, fight, fight in the back. I have 3 other styles of Trump silver rounds. Interesting. Paper clips, huh? Went up in value since 1960. I wonder what rate. Because I was gonna say if paper clips have gone up like 10%, for instance, every year. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. But let's say they did. It's like, oh, maybe I should be holding on to paper clips, buying a whole bunch of paper clips and storing them. maybe fucking paper clips. Let's see. TJ says I have silver coins with the Butler rally scene on it, and it says fight, fight, fight in the back. And I have 3 other styles of Trump silver rounds. Dude, that's sick as fuck, dude. Hell yeah. That's a cool collectible, man. That's awesome. And they're actually silver and gold. That's even more pimp. Let's see. USDC is tied to US bonds and pays out daily 4%. Okay, are you talking about that crypto or whatever that's supposedly backed by the US dollar? I mean, if it is, it's great, but I still don't believe in it. Like, for instance, I don't believe in Bitcoin because it ain't backed by anything of real value. So, I mean, like, it's the dollar is also worthless. It doesn't matter. Wonder what the CD rates would go to if the Fed really got serious about raising interest rates, says Ultra Fire. I honestly, here's the thing, man. If the Federal Reserve ended up raising interest rates, I mean, that would be fantastic for my high yield savings account. The stocks that I would typically get into, like the real estate investment trust, would likely go down in value, which I'm fine with because I will always buy real estate investment trusts on the dip. Those are solid. It's a great way to get exposed to real estate. Also, give a like to the video, please. Give me a like. Give me a like. Yeah. Give daddy a like. If you don't like this video, I don't know. Why are you gay? No, but like the video, please. Give me a like. Or a subscribe, I don't care. I just appreciate you guys viewing though, either way. Let's see. CDs are crazy to me. They pay worse than the US. I'm not a big fan of certificate of deposit personally. I'm not one of those kind of guys. I'm not really into it. I'm just not. I just think certificate of deposits are pretty worthless for the most part. Let's see. C004, April. I have to go do some farm stuff. I'll talk to you. Hey, I'll talk to you later, Mr. TJ, my man. Hell yeah. This is a pretty good live so far, man. We got my boy TJ in the house. I really enjoy doing these lives with you guys. By the way, give a like this video. We need more likes on this channel. We need more positivity, as my boy Alex Stein would say. We need more positive vibes. So, give me a like and give me a subscribe, baby. Anyway, let's keep on with the show. So we're talking. So certificate of deposits. I'm actually not a big fan of those. One, I actually do like being kind of liquid. And when I say liquid, I mean being able to buy in or sell at any time. So, for example, like a high yield savings account, even though I'm not a big fan of those, I do like the fact that I get a guaranteed yield, and it's higher than the national average. That's kind of nice. Now, am I gonna like have a ton of money sitting in a high yield savings account? Not really. Probably $10,000. That's about the max. And then only really access the money if I need it. For whatever reason, whether it's a business expense, whether it's maybe I got to buy a new computer for the show, maybe I got to buy a new smartphone, you know, that sort of thing. So having the dollars available is always a good thing. By the way, as an Amazon associate, any link that you click in the description below, I do make a little bit of money, a little bit of a commission. So we need some support on the channel a little bit. And I know I don't like to beg too much, but if you guys could check out some of the products that I use every day, maybe there's something that you'd like in there. I don't know. Try not to grift too hard on this one. So I don't want to be a sole grifter. I don't want to be too much of a grifter. So let's talk about the creme de la creme. So we know that crypto is valueless naturally, but let's see. It's crazy how you can say that high interest rates would be good when Bitcoin is literally deflationary and you just like it. Yeah, no, I think the US dollar is also worthless, but here's the thing. Bitcoin is also worthless because it's not backed by anything. I will say the dollar is at least backed by the US military, even in the United States itself, even though I don't believe in the good faith of the United States anymore. Sadly. It's an unfortunate thing. But overall, like, Bitcoin, first off, Bitcoin is nothing. Basically, the scarcity of Bitcoin is purely artificial. The 21 million is constructed out of the algorithm itself, out of the person who created Bitcoin, the person who constructed the software. Do you know what they did? The supply can be whatever it wants to be. The supply for Bitcoin can be, so the artificial scarcity actually makes the scarcity, to be honest, worthless in my opinion. Not just my opinion, it's fact. The fact of the matter is the scarcity of Bitcoin is worthless because a group of people or one man programmed that scarcity within it. Dogecoin proved that basically Dogecoin is a carbon copy of Bitcoin, but what they did was they tweaked it a bit. Instead of having a finite supply, they put an infinite supply. So, you know, this basically what it's trying to say is that it's all worthless, that Bitcoin itself is a joke, all cryptocurrency is a joke, and it should be seen as a joke. $170,000, probably good time. Well, that's crazy. What the fuck? Why do we use paper as money? Well, at least I will say it is easier to hold on to dollars than it is to hold on to Bitcoin. It is. Honestly, it's easier to hold on to dollars. You don't need as much. All I need is an actual physical wallet, or I could put the dollars wherever I want. I can put my dollars in a bank account. I can keep them with me. I can put them under a bed, even though I think that's stupid. Yeah, I think the dollar, even though the dollar is not really worth anything, and I think that we're living in clown world with all this paper money, I think physical currencies are just as worthless as digital. Well, digital currencies are still worth less. They're still both pretty worthless, in my opinion. That's one of the reasons why I hold on to real assets like stocks. I hold on to commodities. I hold on to anything, really. Anything that if the government can print it, I don't want it. And if it's also some phony baloney dildo money like Bitcoin, I don't hold on to Bitcoin either. Bitcoin is not a long-term investment. It is a gambling parlor. And the sooner people can realize that, the better. But they're not. They're all just like, oh, no, it's tulip mania. I don't want to miss out on these colorful tulips. You are literally buying a string of data. You are buying a string of freaking data. Keep that in mind. When you're buying Bitcoin, you're trading your money. You're trading whatever money that you're giving to whoever out there, probably some guy in India, and you're trading it for a string of data. That is all you're really doing. You're really just you're burning your money in a black hole, is what I'm trying to say. And eventually, what happens is these markets crash, and I make a lot of money when they crash. So I mean, I got incentive to watch these things burn. So why do we use paper as money? I don't know. It's honestly the best way to get rich though is hold on to real assets, stocks, commodities. Bonds are kind of hit or miss. I'm not a big fan of bonds. They're not inflation. They're not very inflation proof, if you ask me. Let's see. Ultrafire says the weaker the dollar gets, the higher Bitcoin goes. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Bitcoin doesn't deserve to go higher because Bitcoin is just as worthless as the dollar. The only difference between the dollar and Bitcoin is that there's a finite supply. And even though it's a finite supply, it still just strings the data, is what I'm trying to say. It's still worthless. You can have a limited supply of something that is worthless and it's still worthless, right? This is what I'm trying to say. Even if the US dollar had a finite supply, right? They couldn't print anymore, it's still worthless because it's not backed by anything. Bitcoin is the same way. I don't care. If it can't be backed by anything of real utility or real value, I don't want it. I don't want to save Bitcoin. I don't want to save money. All physical and digital currencies are worthless, is what I'm trying to get at. And if you don't see it, I'm sorry. It's your bad. Deflates the dollar to steal from you. Yeah, of course. Here's the thing. This is why you don't save money, dummy. Of course the dollar is getting deflated in value because the government loves the printing press. They keep printing more dollars. And you know what the best defense against a weak currency is to not hold any currencies. It's to hold on to assets that have real value, that pay you some sort of dividend. This is why I hold on to a wide range of U.S. stocks and international stocks. I'm very diversified. I would rather hold a boat ton of companies than actually hold any dollars. I don't save dollars at all. I mean, I do. I have a high yield savings account, not going to lie. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm pretty much very asset heavy. And yeah, I'm very heavy on assets. That's my thing. That's the way I do it. Let's see. It's more effective than taxes. In the 1960s, if you made $100,000 per year, you were a rich man. Having high taxes then made sense. Now, if you make $100,000, live in New York, maybe your wife is not working. Yeah. I don't know, man. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't hold on to dollars. I just don't. I hold on to assets that pay me dollars, yes. But here's the thing. And the weaker the dollar gets, the more dividends I get, is what I'm trying to say. The reason that stocks are so inflation proof is because when the price of goods goes up and the price of services go up, so do the earnings of the companies that I own. Therefore, the price of the valuation goes up, blah, blah, blah. So in a lot of ways, stocks match. The beauty about owning stocks is that they match with the inflation, right? This is why stocks are fairly inflation proof. This is why I hold on to stocks. This is why I don't hold on to bonds. I have some bonds, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of bonds because they're not inflation proof, and if they're going to keep printing the dollar the way they do, I don't trust it. So I also commodities, like I said, I have ETFs that expose me to gold and silver, but like I said, I'm primarily diversified in stocks to a massive scale. I own international stocks, I own US stocks, you name it. I own a whole collective of stocks. So like I'm protected at the end of the day through diversification on a massive scale. I don't pride myself in holding dollars. I just don't. I don't see there's no reason to save money when it's not backed by anything of value. There's no reason to save Bitcoin when Bitcoin is not backed by anything of value. I use the same logic for Bitcoin as I do for dollars. There's no reason to have either. Now, don't get me wrong. I got into Bitcoin early. I still haven't sold it. But I do bet against Bitcoin very, very heavily. I trickle buy into betting against it. So I will always bet against Bitcoin because Bitcoin's absolutely worthless. All crypto is worthless. I wish I could bet against the entire crypto market. I don't know if there's an ETF out there that allows me to bet against. And if you guys know of an ETF that allows me to bet against the entire crypto market, I'd be very happy about it because we all know cryptocurrencies in themselves, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all of them, are a grift. They are valueless. They are worthless. So we all know I'm right. Let's see. Now, with that income, you'd be more or less broke with one working family member. It means the dollar inflationary compared to it. Everything is inflationary. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that the dollar is worthless. That's all I'm trying to say. The dollar is worth nothing because it's not backed by anything of real value. It doesn't matter. Any currency is worthless. Even digital, by the way. Digital currencies are worthless. Physical currencies are worthless. Bitcoin and the dollar have one thing in common. They're both fiat. They're both fiat. Hey, you don't want to admit it, though. You don't want to admit it. Come on. Let me hear you say it. Give me a like, by the way. Give me a like. Like this channel. Like it, like it, like it, like it. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. Like the video. Well, if you guys could like the video, that'd be great. I'm going to sip a Monster while you guys are liking the video. Hold on. Link in the description below if you guys want a Monster. Just check out the energy drink link. Boom. I'm a shill for Monster, by the way, as an Amazon associate. I may make a small commish. At no extra cost to you. It helps support the channel. Give me a like. Like this video. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need more likes. I'm so desperate for likes. No, but overall, what I'm really saying is we all know that that Bitcoin is phony baloney dildo money. And I've been saying this the whole time. All cryptocurrencies are phony baloney dildo money. And if you guys don't like this damn video, I'm going to cry. If you could like the video, though, that'd be great. Please. I'm begging you, please. Just like the video. I'm down on my knees. So what do you guys think of cryptocurrency? Do you guys think it's as worthless as I do? I think it's batshit crazy to be into crypto, if we're going to be honest. I think people who get into cryptocurrency are insane, ultimately. And I don't get it. Mm. You guys check out the links though in the description below. I got plenty of links. So I may get a small commission from anything you purchase, but it helps support the channel. That's the most important thing. And it's at no extra cost to you. So boom. It's a win-win, man. But overall, man, I just think that crypto in itself is, we all know it's a Ponzi. And All cryptocurrencies. I mean, tell me one that isn't a. I actually want to see this. Tell me out there in the cryptoverse what is not a Ponzi scheme, right? Let me. Oh, I got a lot of comments here. Hold on. Both are created out of thin air, says Ultrafire. I agree with that completely. They're all. It's all man-made programming. It's all man-made. Let's see. Baltachi says Bitcoin will respect its last market cycle top. What are you talking about, bro? 62,000-ish? Red Bull, bro. Oh, you like Red Bull? Screw that. Hey, if you guys want Monster, if you guys think Monster's dope, if you guys want to drink the Monster that I drink, check out the link in the description. Let's see. Buy stocks. Have you not listened? Or Bitcoin, but honestly, now is a bad. No, any time is a bad time to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin's a grift, and it can go away like that because it's not backed by anything. So anything with an intrinsic value of 0 is more likely to go to 0. How many times will I tell you this, man? Let's see. Or Bitcoin, honestly, now is a bad time. Anyway, retail says, "Are you a supporter of gold?" I love gold, man. I don't know why anybody would be against gold because gold is actual real money. So why would you be against gold? Well, I'm figuring out this battery pack situation. Can you guys give me a like, please? I'm fiddling with some cables at the moment, but if you guys can give me a like, it helps the channel grow. Also, if you guys check out the affiliate links, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, so keep that in mind. If you guys buy something, you guys got to buy something. And preferably the Amazon links. Just go to the Amazon ones. Even if it's a small, even if you're just buying the energy drinks that I buy, it really does support the channel. It allows me to get commission, and yeah, trying my best. All right, here we go. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, please. There we go. How's the battery looking? Looking good. All right. But yeah, having a good time. You know, being monetized on YouTube has been a real blessing, to be honest. Oh, feels good. Give this video a like, though. Seriously. We need more likes. We need more subscribers. We need them all. Let's see. Around the 60,000 middle of the next year. Let's see. Hold on. Let's take a look here. Hold on. Are you a supporter? I love gold. Like I said, I'm a gold guy. I put gold on my Johnson. All right. Oh, hold up, my allergies. Oh. Ultrafire says Mr. T wants to see 1% rates, but how do you think we got where we are now, near 0% rates for almost a decade? Look, honestly, I own so many stocks that it would actually make my portfolio look really juicy if interest rates went to 0, because everybody would be buying stocks and stuff because everybody knows that the dollar's worthless and there's no point in saving it. Let's see. Baltachi says around the 60,000 middle of next year. Huh, GM. I did. Good idea. So driving with spice is a good idea. Yes. Make sure you guys like the video, though. Give me a like. Give me a like. Give me a simp. You guys got a simp, all right? You guys got to be simping. I'm a simp for likes, all right? I'm a simp. I'm a simp and I'm a pimp. Do you feel me? Do you feel me, G-Dog? Let's see. Michael Weinert says, they've engineered better money. It's pretty simple. Let's see. Driving with Spice says, yes, gold is a good investment. Yep, gold is solid, man. I love gold. I'm all about the gold life. Like I said, my Johnson is covered in gold. Retail says, I understand your position on BTC, but betting against it anytime in the last 15 years was a bad bet. Actually, not really, because here's the thing: if you are swing trading weekly, You'd actually make a lot of money by playing off of its volatility. So for example, if the SBIT existed maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I would have been able to play its volatility very well and actually make a lot of money off of the ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. You see what I'm saying? I actually would have profited quite heavily in short-term spurts. So either way, when Bitcoin goes into a bear market, I can make a lot of money in the short term because I bet against it using leveraged ETFs. Now, I still believe that in the long term, Bitcoin is garbage. Thank you for the like, by the way. Yash Mencha just gave me a like. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the likes. More likes, the more people can see this on the YouTube algorithm. So if you give this video a like, it does help the channel get discovered. So I appreciate anything you guys could do. Also, check out the Amazon associate affiliate links. I get a small commission for anything you purchase. It does help the channel a lot. It really does. It seriously does. So I appreciate it. Let's see. If you guys want to be like me, you guys check out all my stuff. Let's see. Let's see. Balachi says, well, you can make money during the downtrend. Actually, you know, it's funny because the downtrend is very violent. So when it violently goes down, man, I'm making like 50% gains, 70% gains in my leveraged ETFs. Now, granted, I trickle buy. I'm a trickle buy. So I buy one share, and if it goes down, if Bitcoin goes down again, I buy one share of SBIT. I buy another share of SBIT because I like betting against. I bet against the bull run, basically. I bet that the bull run is not sustainable, and everybody thinks the bull run happens forever, when in all actuality, it does crumble after a certain amount of time. So it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, Bitcoin's Clitcoin, man. Bitcoin's garbage. Let's see. Balachi says, as far as history goes, it's been the most valuable investment in history. I mean, for now, I mean, like, here's the thing. Anything with an intrinsic value of 0 eventually goes to 0. Just because people believe in something doesn't, that belief alone doesn't make it valuable, is what I'm trying to say. Eventually, people for hundreds of years, okay, people for hundreds of years have believed in the US dollar, right? It still loses, it loses out due to inflation. It inflates its own self. And the currency is debased by all the printing, right? But here's the thing. Even if, let's say the government never printed it, the US dollar, the US dollar is not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. So therefore, the dollar is on paper and in practice, it is worthless. The same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, even though you can't print more Bitcoin, still Bitcoin is worthless in the long run. It is just a string of data. And I'm sorry, a string of data is not a transfer of value. That would be like me telling you that a text file on a computer is valuable. It's not, unless, I mean, maybe the idea on the text file might be, who knows, but you know, but the text file in itself, you're telling me that the text file itself is valuable. I'm saying bullshit. And this is why I still think Bitcoin is part of the greater fool theory. I still believe that all cryptocurrency subscribes to the greater fool theory, all right? And I will always be bearish on all cryptocurrencies because I think that they're all stupid in the end and they're all for gamblers. You're a gambler if you're into cryptocurrency. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. By the way, like the video. Give me a like. Give me a like. Another like here. And you can like it here. You can like it there. You can like it here. You can like it anywhere. But yeah, the more likes and the more subscribes, the better. So I appreciate it. Let's see. As far as ideology, yep. Well, is just better than the system we have now. Oh, sorry, how is Bitcoin better than any system? I'm sorry, the system sucks, but Bitcoin sucks just as bad as the current system. Balachi says that's crazy. Driving with Spice is right, no crypto. So here's the thing, Balachi. Here's the thing you need to keep in mind. Why are you trying to convince me that a string of data is worth something? Right? It's a string of data. It's all you really have. I'm sorry, but the metals that are used as the storage devices, whether it's a USB flash drive, whether it's a solid state drive, I don't know, whatever hard drive you store your Bitcoin on, that device in itself, the materials in that device are more valuable by all technicality than the Bitcoin that is being stored on there. I'm sorry, but if your Bitcoin can be erased, like if you know on the drive that you're keeping it on, like I don't know, I just think it's worthless. There's a spider. Hold on. I don't want to interfere with this spider, but I also don't want it to. Yeah, it's an interesting little spider. Uh-oh. Sorry, little guy. I'm trying to see where the web is at. Crap. Oh, there's the spider. It's a tiny little guy. Okay. I think it's safe. Okay, that spider's going that way. Good for it. It's creating a weird web. It's creating a crazy web. Hold on. Where'd he go? Not a big fan of spiders, as you guys can tell. Try to avoid them, but I don't want to kill the little guy. All right. Here we go. We're still back at it. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Well, sort of. By the way, like if you guys want a spider, like the video, please. I do appreciate any likes, though. Let's see. So, like, you could try burning gold, but let's see. Ultrafire says, let's see. Driving with spice. Let's see. Once a boot, tarantula. Let's see. You could try burning gold, but it will only reform into exactly. Gold is a pure element, like right. So, the only way you could stop gold from being gold is if you actually somehow found a way to split its nucleus. And it's a pure actual element. Like that's a big deal. So Chad says, "What the hell is even this?" So I'm talking about how cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme, and Chad, if you like cryptocurrency, you are probably a Ponzi scheme artist yourself. It doesn't even rust. Absolutely. Yeah, tarantulas are crazy, man. Driving with spice. This is pure stable metal. Let's see. Yash says, "Are you currently invested in Bitcoin or any?" So I got into Bitcoin pretty early. I think Bitcoin's still stupid. I think it's a Ponzi scheme, but I haven't sold my Bitcoin holdings, so I've had a lot of unrealized gains. But because I don't believe in Bitcoin at all, I trickle buy into the S-bit whenever Bitcoin goes up on a bull run because I don't believe the bull run is sustainable, and I don't believe it's going to keep on going. Let's see. Driving with spice says, "In my passenger had to reach over and kill the spider inside my car." Oh, damn. That sucks. Crypto is an industry. Let's see. John Doe says, "Crypto is an industry and industry designed to keep the current." Okay, that's stupid. System in check. Let's see. There is a grift just like there is a grift in the dollar. No, sir, first off, I'm telling you, anything cryptocurrency related, it participates in the greater fool theory. You're just hoping that some idiot will pay more for what you already paid for. It is greater fool theory on steroids, right? So Chad says, "Ha ha ha." Driving with Spices, lol. But you had the other guy to sell this. His. I mean, I got into crypto. I mean, I got into Bitcoin early. I'm not going to lie. Did you enter? I'm not going to say exactly what the initial price is because I don't want people to know how many unrealized gains I've gotten from it. But I try to keep that private because I don't want anybody knowing. Let's see. Damn, a scary looking brown spider. That's freaky. Yeah, spiders freak me out, man. I wonder if I've got a spider on my back. Let me see here. I'm trying to whack any webs that I see. But yeah, let's take a look at the chats here. Let's see. It's going to be 360. Let's see. Try to Finch self-care app. It's fun. What's the Finch self-care app? I don't know what that is. It's going to be a long 3. Hold on. John Doe says it's going to be a long 365 for a mindset like yours. Good luck. Sorry, it's going to be a long 365 for your mindset because you actually think Bitcoin is worth something. You're a gambler and you're a moron. Let's see. Driving with Spice isn't free. Let's see. Chad says, educate us on why Michael Saylor is done. Oh, dude, Michael Saylor, if I were an investor in micro penis strategies, I would have zero faith in Michael Saylor because he thinks that Bitcoin is an actual asset. And I genuinely hope, because of Michael Saylor's idiocy, that when the Bitcoin bear market happens, when the massive crash happens, he will... I hope they kick him off the board as a CEO because I think he's an idiot. You know, it's funny. A guy with that many master's degrees or whatever, it's weird. It's weird that these educated people don't know shit about real money. Like, they just don't. I don't understand it. It blows my mind. Educated people are great in their field of choice, but they're so dumb financially, it blows my mind. They don't understand. Bitcoin only. Samuel Taylor says Bitcoin only. You don't know what money is. Yeah, Bitcoin is not real money. It's a string of data. The metals that that Bitcoin is stored onto, that's worth more than the Bitcoin itself. Just because the market says it's worth 120,000 or whatever it is currently, does not mean that Bitcoin is actually worth anything. Bitcoin is garbage, and you know it. You fucking know it. Don't lie to me. The only reason you're in it is so you can make a quick buck. That's the only reason anybody gets into Bitcoin. By the way, like the video. If you guys could, like the video. We need more likes. We need more subscribes. We need more simps. Ultrafire says Bitcoin is crazy to invest in. It's a Ponzi scheme. One person buys someone else's string of digits. It's not... Exactly. It's just a string of data. I mean, I don't care how rare it is, because it's not really rare at all. It's just still strings of data within a specific... artificially constructed network. And this artificially constructed network is just kind of pointless, right? It's no point. It has no utility. It's not backed by anything of utility. It blows my mind. So more power to them, though. More power to these Ponzi schemers. But hey, if you guys can like the video, please give a like to this video. I'd really appreciate it. Check out some of the affiliate links in the description below. We got a lot of cool products that we want to try to promote. It helps the channel grow. I earn a small commission, just to let you know. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's take a look here. But yeah, Mike, let's see. Let's see, Driving with Spice says a guy got bit by a rattlesnake at the Ronald Reagan Museum. What? That's insane. It's crazy, not tangible yet. Harry Potter, let's see. John Doe says Harry Potter is the future of... Oh my god. Yeah, all crypto's grifto. Honestly, since anybody can create a cryptocurrency that has some general idea of how software works, I'm already like not sold at all. At all. But. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Hit that like button. If you guys don't hit the like button, I won't be able to finish this monster. Yeah, honestly. So Yash says, what according to you is real investment and real money? So real money is honestly anything that's, how do I say this? Real money is anything that is either backed by something of utility, like when the dollar, I'll give you a great example. When the US dollar was backed by gold, I could trade in that note, that dollar, in for some gold. I actually could if I wanted to. And then when the dollar was no longer backed by gold, the dollar actually became worthless that day. Now, Bitcoin, on the other hand, it's not backed by anything either. There's no gold backed by Bitcoin. It's literally backed by perception, the same way the dollar's backed by perception. And whether there's a finite amount of dollars or whether there's an infinite amount of dollars doesn't matter. The dollar's worthless no matter how much there is, because the dollar's not backed by anything, is what I'm trying to say. Same with Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin has a finite supply which is artificially constructed, it's still inherently worthless. It's still just strings of data, and really it is pointless to have. It really is pointless. So yeah, and by the way, Michael Saylor, Micro Penis Strategies CEO. Yeah, I think we're gonna see him get fired as the CEO when Bitcoin hits the ultimate bear market, because he's gambling with his shareholders' money. What this idiot does is he issues more shares, which pisses me off, by the way. He's an irresponsible CEO, because he's literally putting he's issuing more shares of his Micro Penis Strategies company, and then when he issues those shares, he's basically diluting the existing share pool, and then he's buying Bitcoin with the funds that he gets from the new stock issuance, and then he's just buying gambling currency. Look, the Bitcoin bull run is not sustainable in any way, shape, or form, and what's going to happen is there will be a massive crash, because it is literally, the dot-com bubble was one thing, but this is worse. Because the thing that people are buying is literally just strings of data. You're not really owning anything that's valuable. Bitcoin's not backed by gold. It's not backed by anything except for hype. It's literally backed by hype. And anything backed by hype alone is not sustainable. It's not even a productive asset. I would rather, and Warren Buffett said it best. He would rather, I'm going to quote Warren Buffett actually. He would rather own 1% of all the farmland, have a 1% interest in all the farmland in the world, and be able to get income from that, right? Because it does something, it produces something, right? He doesn't have to sell the farmland. Bitcoin doesn't give you anything for holding it, right? You have to sell it to some other idiot, right? You have to sell it to some other dummy out there who's willing to pay you more for it. So, I don't know. Let's see, Ultrafire says real investments, real estate, maybe stocks, real money is precious metals, tangible assets. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Yeah. Exactly. Now, I still think stocks are great, because stocks is, if you own stocks, you're you're an actual owner of a company. Now, granted, the ownership is on you're a minority shareholder no matter what, unless you own, like, I think, what was it? I think more than 10% of a company. I can't remember all the rules, to be honest, but I think if you want to be a majority stakeholder in a company, you have to own 10% or more or something to be a majority holder. I could be wrong on that, though. I feel like I might be wrong on that. Or at least if you want to have some say-so. Balachi says, what's the most expensive thing about Amazon, the building or the computing system? I will say the company itself provides a product and a service. That's what makes it valuable. It's it has systems in place that are created to provide products, to provide a service that provides products. That's about it. It's basically Walmart, but it's online. It was really just online Walmart is really what Amazon started out as, and it still is online Walmart. And it's smart because it doesn't actually have any storefronts. I think that's the smartest thing about it. That's why the prices can be so low on Amazon, because they don't legitimately have any true storefronts. Let's see. Ultrafire says, Garza, look up the Benner cycle chart. It will blow your mind. Interesting. I don't know much about that. Benner, I'll look it up later. Let me note that down, though, because I can't really, when I'm doing this Benner cycle chart. I'm kind of curious about this. And I'll definitely look it up later. The Benner cycle chart is a chart created by farmer Samuel Benner. It references historical market cycles between 1780 and 1872 and uses them to make predictions for 1873 to 2059. Interesting. Either way, I don't try to predict where the market goes. I almost spilled my whole energy drink. Only spilled a tiny drop. But let's see. Bilachi says, "Word, you just said it. That's what." No, Bitcoin is not. Hold on. First off, Bitcoin is still at the end of the day just strings of data. It doesn't provide a product or a service. How does it? The only service it provides is that it keeps track on a decentralized scale whose Bitcoin belongs to what, right? And what wallet is in where it is at. It is a public ledger. That's cool, but it still is just strings of data. There's nothing backing it, is what I'm trying to say. The software's cool, but also, by the way, Bitcoin has an infinite level of competition because Bitcoin's source code is open source. Because the source code is open source, any idiot, even myself, can make their own carbon copy of the Bitcoin network and call it whatever they want. Maybe I can create my own network called Garza douche coin, or penis coin, or whatever I want to call it. You name it. Yeah, we made paper money because transportation of gold was expensive, but yes, exactly. You could trade that note in for the gold at any time. That's the point. The dollar back in the day was backed by real gold. Like, I could take a note back in the day and I could trade it in for gold. I can't do that today. The same with your cryptocurrencies, man. The thing is, here's the irony. You're saying that the dollar is fiat, and yes, it is. I will agree with that wholeheartedly. But you need to also admit, and stop being a hypocrite, that Bitcoin is also fiat, because it is. All cryptocurrencies are fiat, is what I'm trying to say. It is fiat. The yen is fiat. The dollar's fiat. Bitcoin's fiat. Ethereum's fiat. It's all fiat, is what I'm trying to get at. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you don't see that, fine. Feel free to be as blind as you want to be, or as ignorant as you want to be to this. But you need to realize that what you are saying is a long-term investment is actually a gamble. And literally, it's not a good long-term investment, by the way. Let's see. Balachi says, if I owe you 1 pound of gold and the guy next door to you owes me 1 pound of gold, and I haven't his IOU and give that to you, that's money. Okay. So we kept the system but lost the value. So here's the thing. The system is in place. So here's the thing. If Bitcoin can't be backed by gold or anything of value, which it isn't, the software in itself is not valuable because it's open source and anybody can create duplicates, there's no point. There's 0 point in Bitcoin. It is a net negative to society. Sorry to break the bubble. Bitcoin is a pure net negative to society. There's nothing positive about it. It's just, it's bullshit. Anyway, give the video a like. The more likes we get, the better. So give me a like. Give me a simp scribe. More likes, more subscribers. I appreciate it. Also, check out some of the affiliate links in the description below. I get a small commission if you buy something. Do you want to buy some energy drinks? Check out the link in the description below. And I may get a small commission at no extra cost to you, and it supports the channel. That's what helps out the most. So anything you guys can do to help, I really greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Woo! Balachi said, what would cost to ship $1 billion of gold to the other side of the world? Probably costs quite a bit. I don't know. You tell me. I have no idea. I know that's a lot of gold. It's a lot of gold, actually. But, yeah, if you wanted to, why would you? Look, gold is not that portable. I absolutely agree with you there. But yeah, that all costs money. Absolutely. It would cost you definitely if you needed to transport all your gold, if you had $1 billion worth. Yeah, you'd have to do it that way for sure. But that's why you don't just only own gold, by the way. And if all of your net worth was tied into gold, I would actually call you a moron. Because here's the thing, gold is fantastic, by the way. I love gold. But you need to be invested into things beyond that. You need to be invested into companies. You need to be invested into, you know what I mean? Gold should definitely be in your portfolio, without a doubt. You should always have gold in your portfolio. But you should also be heavily diversified in stocks, without a doubt. Settle a debt. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, here's the thing. I still think that dollars are fine if you can exchange those dollars, right, in for actual gold. You know what I mean? If you can. They don't actually allow that because it's the dollar's not backed by gold. Therefore, that's why I don't own any dollars. I do own dollars. I take that back. I do have a savings account. I do have a checking account. But what I'm trying to say is majority of my portfolio is assets. Majority of my net worth is stocks and bonds and commodities is what I'm trying to get at. And while I do have a checking account, while I do have a high yield savings account, I only have the money there to pay for bills. The rest of my portfolio does actually pay me quite handsomely. But I usually just reinvest any of the money that's given to me from the portfolio. I just reinvest it into other assets. The whole point is you got to save your assets, not your money. And I will tell you this. Cash is not an asset. Cryptocurrency is not an asset. There is not an asset. I'm sorry. They're phony baloney. It's all phony baloney dildo money, right? And I'm going to repeat myself. Give a like if you think it's phony baloney dildo money. Boom. All right, so fuck it. Let's see. Okay, so here's the thing, Balachi. You're saying that you could sell all your gold right now, way faster than any gold for a better rate. Okay, you're still missing the point. Bitcoin isn't backed by anything of value. Of course it's easy. It's a string of fucking data. Of course it's easy to transfer your Bitcoin to some other moron. Duh. Because it's a string of data. And literally, you know what they're doing? You're still participating in the greater fool theory. So I don't really care. Let's say you sold me all your Bitcoin, right? All right? And I decided to buy it for whatever the stupid market value is. I'm the idiot in this scenario because I'm buying your stupid strings of data. You're the one who came out ahead. I'm the one who got fucked. And now I have to find some other moron who's willing to pay me later on down the road at a higher price. I don't know if that's a risk I'm willing to take. Because there's nothing back in Bitcoin by anything. This is why I don't save dollars. This is why I don't save cryptocurrency. Because none of these things are backed by anything of true utility. Are you seeing what I'm putting down? Ultrafire says, "Big dummy, lol. The system is the value. Like the system. Okay, the dollar's not valuable. The system. Okay, you know what the irony is? I would say the system behind the dollar, while it's very broken, is a better system than the system behind Bitcoin. System behind Bitcoin is still just a piece of software, decentralized at that. And yes, it's a public ledger. Whoop-de freaking do. A public ledger saying, hey, I got this string of data, I got this string of data, and it's really all it is a string of data. There's nothing backing it. There's no gold backing it, there's no silver backing it. It is literally an open source software that, by the way, anybody can duplicate. This is one of the biggest arguments I have against cryptocurrency, is that anybody with any sort of software knowledge, understanding of software, can create their own and basically create direct competition to Bitcoin itself. So either way, what happens is this. There is a massive correction that's going to happen. Mark my words. Bitcoin is Clitcoin, and we all know it. Whew. Gotta stop getting so heated with you guys. Gotta stop getting so heated. So let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let's see. Balachi says we lost the value in the dollar, but the system stayed because how? All I know is that I'm hungry and I'm not buying crypto. Driving with Spice, you said it best. Smart. Ultra Fire says, haha, nice. Hold on. Sorry, there was a little something in front of me. I had to have like a bug. Driving with Spice says, I want to see some pirates with crypto in their hands. Yes. Here's the thing, man. And here's the thing. Cryptocurrencies are primarily used for, and this includes Bitcoin, by the way. They're all primarily used for human trafficking, ransomware attacks, nothing really good. So yeah, like I said, I think Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies are a net negative to society. Also, you know, it's so funny that the Bitcoin bros used to be like, we don't want no government involvement. We don't want Wall Street to get involved in this. All of a sudden, they did a complete 180. And now all the Bitcoin bros are like, oh, I like it when the government gets involved. I want there to be more pro-crypto laws. Crypto. Oh, give me more crypto. Yeah, fuck it. You guys, Bitcoin bros are losers. And here's the thing. You guys are sellouts. Big fucking sellouts. You want to know why? I'll tell you guys why. Because you guys allowed Wall Street to get involved. And by the way, they're just going to manipulate the price. That's why they're buying up as much Bitcoin as they can. Because they know idiots like you will also start buying in. And then they start selling. They do wash trading. It's so easy to do wash trading, by the way. So it's easy to manipulate the price and keep everybody guessing. So yeah, you're good. Anytime there's a Bitcoin bull run, I'm betting against it. Let's see, Balachi says, ma'am, honestly, all you talk is nonsense. Balachi, you're talking nonsense. You actually think that phony baloney dildo money is money? You're an idiot. Sorry, Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is trash. Ultrafire says, guess no one remembers when Bitcoin crashed to 7,000 a coin and yeah, it crashed hard. And honestly, I kind of wish I was betting against it. I wish there was I mean, there were ways to bet against it, but I didn't know all the ways. But I would have loved to bet against it at that time. Yash says, but if you don't believe in Bitcoin and sure it's about to crash, why are you not selling your current Bitcoin holdings? You entered to Bitcoin at... Well, here's the thing. I got into Bitcoin very, very early on. But here's the thing. Let's say I am wrong. As a person who models a lot of my active trading against what hedge funds are doing, it would be foolish of me to sell what I got, because what if you idiots do pump up Bitcoin to $1 million per coin? I don't think it'll happen, but let's say it does happen. Either way, I'm a rich man. That's the thing. Either way, I'm a rich son of a bitch. What I'm trying to get at, all right? Stop projecting Bal. Well, yeah, they own everything. Think about it. Not you. Yeah, Balachi, you're a moron, dude. I'm just gonna say this right now. Balachi, you are the biggest effing moron in this chat. I'll tell you why. You want to know why you're a dummy? Because you're trying to convince me that something that is not valuable is valuable. You are trying to convince me that phony baloney dildo money is valuable. It's not. It's not even money. It's not even cash. You can't even call it a currency, to be honest. It's really just, it's software. A decentralized software that you are passing as valuable. And you're an idiot. Balachi, you're a dummy. Sorry. You're just dumb. And I'm not going to allow, well, I'm going to allow it because my chat's the wild, wild west. I allow everybody to speak even if they're dumb. Wild, wild west. But anyway, let's take a look here. Guys, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. Oh, yeah. can you like the video for? Can you lend me a pencil? No. Can you like the video? Like it. Like it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta like the video. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, it's fun to do these live videos in the park, though. I really do enjoy these. By the way, today's my last day on vacation. Gotta go back to work tomorrow. But hey, I only have to work 3 days this week. Let's see. Ultrafire says this is getting messy. Sure is. I love doing these in the park. I've been out here for an hour and 30 minutes. Nice. Let's see. Balachi says I'm a phony. Yeah, absolutely. You're basing your whole identity, and maybe I'm basing my whole identity off of Bitcoin being phony baloney dildo money. Sure. Ultrafire says, let me see your O face, Garza. Let's see, what is Balachi saying? Is that a cock? Oh, okay, I thought Balachi put like a double-sided dildo. That's actually a phone. Either way, you know, Balachi, look, you like phony baloney dildo money. That's your stick. You keep at it. The rest of us are going to, because obviously the dollar's not a real asset. I can't trade in the dollar for gold. I can't trade in Bitcoin for gold. I can't trade any of those things in for anything of real value, so why would I hold any of those? It's stupid. That's suicide. It is suicide to hold on to something so ridiculous. And this is one of the reasons why I say real sound money, if we're going to be honest, the soundest money of them all is assets. Real assets. We're talking about stocks. We're talking about commodities. And reluctantly, I say bonds reluctantly, because I'm still not a big fan of bonds, but I do have bonds in my portfolio because I'd be stupid not to. I want to be exposed to every asset class in existence, so I do have bonds in my portfolio. I'm basically, I get the, so my exposure to bonds is through exchange traded funds exclusively. I don't go out and buy bonds individually on my own. I just see no need into it. I don't want to buy, you know, I see no need to go out and buy treasuries. I don't see any need to go out individually to buy, blanking out, corporate bonds. I don't see the need to go get municipal bonds. I don't see any real need for that. I primarily just go out and I get the ETFs that I need to have, that give me the exposure to the U.S. bond market, the international bond market, those things. So I play it smart. I just really stay diversified in the bond market because honestly, I just want to own as many bonds as I can, get exposure, and then get the dividends coming in pretty much every month. You know, I like the guaranteed yield of bonds. That's what I like the most. I don't like that they're not very inflation proof, but I do take those yields and I invest them into actual like diversified ETFs and stuff, or I just buy individual stocks that I happen to like. Let's see. Ultrafire says, yeah, my O face is disturbing, by the way. That is haunting. Let's see. Work with spirit fingers. Show us some spirit with your fingers. Give me the likes. Give me the subscribes. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's see. Yash says, I love your heartful. I'm going to say it like Nick Cage, though. I love your heartful, honest, straight answers, Michael. Subscribing to you now. Yes. Yes. Yash, you're the man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I love your energy. Your high vibrational energy. Yeah, I got to stop talking like that. Your high vibrational energy. You make my mussy vibrate. All right, you making my mussy fucking vibrate. All right. Let's see. Thank you. No, I do try to be a straight shooter. I don't try to be cryptic with my answers. I try to be. I wouldn't say shoot from the hip. I do try to be thoughtful though, but I don't like to hold anything back. I really do believe that not just believe, I know that cryptocurrencies are phony baloney dildo money, and they're just strings of data at the end of the day. They're not backed by anything of real value. So I'm not going to hold Bitcoin because Bitcoin's not an asset; it's a liability. Let's see. Driving with Spices. I got to go mop the floor because I have not ordered the robot mop yet, and I just have. Oh, you got a robot vacuum and a robot mop? Holy shit! Driving with Spices on a roll, man. Let's see. Ultra Fires is kind of sound like Nicolas Cage. That was the point. Ultra Fire, that was the point. I was trying to sound like Nick Cage and saying that I have high vibrational energy going within my mussy. Now, my mussy is very powerful, and I like to do butthole yoga in the park. And when I say butthole yoga, I like to take empty Monster Energy drink cans and recycle them in my mussy. My mussy is actually a micro singularity. It's just making up bullshit. But yeah, we talk about the mussy on this channel a lot. But hey, like the video and subscribe. Like the video. Like the video now. If you guys don't like, I'm going to keep abusing you guys if you don't like the video. Also, check out the affiliate links and get a monster. Yeah, I got affiliate links, man. Because I'm bad boy for life. We ain't going no. Wake up in the morning smelling like P. Diddy. I know I've got that baby oil and I skeet city. Wake up and brush my teeth with a bottle of Ciroc. Cause I know when I wake up, Diddy wants my cock. Singing about these hoes, even though I got my clothes. Nobody knows. Bam, bam. All I know is Diddy in the city. He getting cryptocurrency, cause he is a grifter. Don't stop sucking cock. I've been drinking all my Ciroc each day. I'm so gay, but I know I'm on the freeway. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I'm on Amazon searching for a misting fan. Hell yeah, gotta get the right stuff. Yash says, can you share what percentage of gold, bonds, mutual funds, stocks, real estate we should be holding? You can also share the current percentage of your holdings. Here's the thing, man. I don't actually measure my weighting. But I'll give you my opinion. I mean, I think the ideal portfolio, and I don't really give two shits about how my portfolio is weighted. I think if I remember checking last, I think my portfolio is primarily weighted in stocks. And I like to keep it that way because it's heavily diversified in stocks. But yeah, I do. We got like commodity ETFs, you name it. I really don't see any true reason to hold a bunch of to hold too many, you know. I mean, I have no real weighting. I mean, if you want a random number, so okay, so I would say 30% U.S. stocks, right? So 30% U.S. stocks, the whole market, 30% international, as many international ETFs as you can get. So that would be 60% of your portfolio would be stocks then, and then I would say 10% U.S. bonds, 10% international bonds. And then, so that's 80% of the portfolio is covered. And then 20% of it's kind of wild card stuff. We're talking about like commodities. I think 20% of it should just be a diversified ETFs of commodities and stuff like that. That's about it. I mean, like I keep mine pretty simple. I'm pretty much primarily stocks. I'm pretty sure mine is a little more weighted in stocks than that. I don't check my weightings. I don't really care. I just want to be diversified, and the weightings don't matter to me. I really don't give two shits about how my portfolio is weighted, if I'm going to be honest. I just get an ETF that exposes me to either bonds, commodities, or stocks. I buy one share. I hold on to it. I don't have to pay a commission fee. And I don't give a shit. So, and that's about it, man. As long as I'm exposed to anything the government can't print, I'm happy about it. I'm not a big fan of bonds, though. Really, I'm not a big fan because they're not very inflation-proof. So I don't hold that many bonds in my portfolio. And the principal doesn't appreciate. So it's like, what's the point? You get a guaranteed yield, which is cool, but, you know, if that yield dies because of inflation, then it's kind of not worth it. You know what I mean? So I'd rather own inflation-proof assets like gold and silver, for instance, and stocks, versus anything else. I do have a lot of real estate investment trusts that I own because I do love. I don't want to actually own any real estate myself, but I do love owning the REITs themselves because they are companies that hold on to a lot of real estate, and they manage that real estate so I don't have to. So it allows me to spend more time focusing on my YouTube channel, for instance. I'd rather focus my time on the YouTube channel than actually trying to negotiate rent with people. So I'm happy to have REITs, which give me the cash flow that I need. So I'd rather have REITs. But yeah, overall, a very diversified portfolio. I wouldn't say I'm a yield chaser by any means. I want dividend growth over time is really my main focus. So, so yeah, I've got a lot of different ETFs, man. A lot of U.S. ones, a lot of international ones. I do love that the international ones actually pay really good dividends. They don't grow as fast as U.S. stocks, but here's the thing, man. We never know. U.S. stocks, we'll see. I don't bet against the U.S., but I like to make sure that I'm spread out. I like to make sure that I'm consistently invested in all sorts of different things. Also, like the video, please. We need more likes. We need more subscribes. But yeah, I don't really see. Let's see, precious metals minimum 10%. Yeah, I think it's good to have at least 10% of your portfolio in precious metals. Oh, I did forget to mention that for the wild cards, I actually do have like 5% of my portfolio consists of maybe up to 10% at this point. I don't know. I think it's more like 5% is cover call ETFs because I don't own a ton of those, but they're really nice during bear markets because you can get some really good derivative income from cover call ETFs. Just having them in your portfolio, so it's kind of a plus. Like I said, I own a lot of different ETFs. I'm not just a one ETF kind of guy. You know, as I say, I'm a one-woman man. But I'm a multi-ETF, multi-individual companies kind of guy. My portfolio is very spread out. Now, I'm not married to one specific asset. I guess you could say I'm married to stocks primarily when it comes to that sort of asset class. But overall, I have bonds. Commodities are my second favorite. Bonds are my third. Like I said, I love the guaranteed yields that bonds offer, so that is kind of nice. But yeah, really, I'm just just a guy that loves being hyper diversified in stocks. I love receiving dividends every day because I have a diversified portfolio. And when you have a hyper diversified portfolio, man, every company pays their dividends different times during the quarter. Every ETF does the same thing as well. So it's kind of the whole point of it. You know what I mean? That's my take on it. If I own Bitcoin, here's the thing. I'm not getting any yield. Nobody's giving me any money to hold Bitcoin. Yash. So thank you for the detailed answer. You got it, man. It was a little over detailed, but I appreciate it. The most workers in the U.S. are employed as drivers, says Balchi. Oh, hell yeah. That's crazy. I do delivery driving on the side, for sure. But yeah, overall, I mean, this show is making me income, which is great. I'm very thankful for it. I'm happy to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program at this time. But yeah, doing what we can on the show. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the crypto market crumble. I think it will continue to crumble the way it usually does. That's just how I see it, man. It's all phony. Here's the thing: crypto is phony baloney dildo money, and I want to repeat myself. Cryptocurrency is phony baloney dildo money. It's not. It's actually, everybody says, "Oh, the dollar's fiat." No, all of it's fiat. I don't care whether it's digital. I don't care whether it's physical. The only thing that matters as far as commodities go, or as far as assets go, are real estate, stocks, commodities. Those three things, or inflation proof, is what I'm trying to get at. I hope that makes sense to people. Oh man, I'm so glad I got my little portable battery pack though. That makes me so happy. Like I brought that with me out here. Bitcoin, my click coin. It's all phony baloney dildo money, though. Like I said, as a joke, I bought $1 worth. I bought $1 of each stupid phony baloney crypto, right? And just because I was like, fuck it. I'm going to buy all these stupid meme coins on Robinhood, just $1 of each. Just so I could say that I'm a meme coin investor. Ugh. Which is stupid, by the way. They all deserve to go to zero. It's money I don't care if I waste. Because I'm betting against the entire crypto markets in a sense by betting against Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's the one that deserves to fall the most. Let's see. Ultrafire is asking, what country are you from, Balachi? He's from Grifterstan, where all the grifters come from. I'm a grifter, I'm a grifter. Oh, 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 I'm a grifter. Everybody grifting. Everybody grifting right here, right now. If you want to be a grifter like me, you got to learn to suck the D. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So we got more about Balachi. Balachi said he was born in Latvia and grew up in Brooklyn. Hell yeah. Let's see what else we got. Ultrafire says awesome. Hell yeah, brother. Latvia looks nice. I've never been to Latvia. I've never been to Brooklyn either. But sounds pretty dope, man. It's a good place. It's a good place. But overall, man, I mean, when it comes down to the whole grifter scene, everybody be grifting, man. Everybody be grifting. It sucks. I mean, it's crazy that I make money doing this. Balachi says it's really small. What, the country or your wang? No. Are you talking about my wiener? Are you talking about my wiener? You talking about my wiener? I know my wiener's small, but you better knock that shit off, bro. That's why I love micro penis strategies so much. Michael Saylor understands me, but I loved it there too. So I want to talk about micro penis strategies real quick. So, as we all know, Michael Saylor is the dumbest CEO of them all. The irony is he has like a million master's degree, but no common sense. And the guy's a grifter. My grandmother owns a campsite out there. Hell yeah, go Balachi, man. But I mean, here's the deal. There's grifting everywhere, man. Balachi says I spent most of my summers there. Hell yeah. But here's the thing. I want to talk about micro penis strategies, all right? It's important that we talk about how irresponsible Michael Saylor is in the long run. He is issuing shares to buy Bitcoin, my click coin, right? And he's being an irresponsible grifter, without a doubt. And I don't know how his shareholders. If I were the shareholder in micro penis strategies, I would be pissed that Michael Saylor is such a grifter. That's the way I look at it. And yeah, I bet against anything crypto related. I bet against it wholeheartedly because it's phony baloney dildo money. Like I've been saying, it's bullshit. It's absolute garbage. It's fraudulent. But that's okay. That's all right. Yeah. But yeah, you guys want to see me play drums? So I'm going to play a little bit of drums for everybody here. You guys want to see me do Bougie Whitewater? We're going to do a drum solo here. I'm going to sing you guys a song. Probably the thong song. Oh yeah, I got another bottle. I'm the gayest drummer of them all, so check this out. I got my phony baloney dildo. But my phony baloney dildo money, man. So here's the thing. I will happily bet against Bitcoin, my click coin, all day long in a juicy man thong, right? So this is how I roll. This is how I do. This is how I act because I'm a no good, dirty. Oh. Guys want to see a drum solo? Here we go. See, this is master drumming with bougie white woman water, all right? So let's see here. But let's see. Balachi says, but still had a charm too, I guess. Let's see. Google it if you want. Yeah. Thank you, Balachi. I appreciate you sharing it. Sharing that info with us. Makes us better people. Probably not. I don't know. But we're all going to talk about the bougie. Crypto sucks. Crypto is grifto. Michael Saylor is an irresponsible son of a bitch. He's the worst CEO of them all because he's willing to issue new shares, diluting the existing shareholders, and making life a lot harder for his constituents, right? And here's the thing: Bitcoin finally crashes because Michael Saylor is basically a 12-year-old boy with a Robinhood account at this point. And you guys, anybody who's a micro penis strategy investor and believes in this garbage company at this point, which I don't know what micro penis strategies does. I think they were a software company, and then they all of a sudden, Michael Saylor went off of his rocker, stopped taking his meds, and was like, oh, Bitcoin. Oh, let's issue shares. Let's dilute it. Let's use basically shareholder money, and in a lot of ways, and did what he had to do. I'm the greatest white rapper in the US of A because my homeboys, they think that I'm gay, and I don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. I'm the greatest white rapper of all time. I look like a chode. I am really a toad. I am a wigger, but I ain't no. Rap is really gay. I don't know why. Rap is really gay all the time. Rap. Wrap it up. You acting like P. Diddy because you got a gulp from a cup. No, rap is really a gay genre of music. They really just want to be rock stars in the long run. And I think rap, it might be the dumbest genre. Like, I like people who can rap really well. I'm talking about like really gangster rap, because a lot of those gangster rappers in the long run end up being closeted homosexuals like P. Diddy. Let's see, bro, you're Joe Go's brother. I swear, what? Joe Go's brother? Who's Joe Go? Who's that? Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing, though. I hear there's a child yelling behind me. But either way, this show is live. It's a lot of homosexuality. But yeah, no, overall, like, it is phony baloney dildo money. But, you know, overall, it's the way I look at it. It's, Bitcoin really sucks. It's the dumbest, it is one of the dumbest things ever invented by man. Like, the software, I mean, like, here's the thing. Software's cool. I love the cryptography behind it, but at the end of the day, it's really just a waste of time and a waste of energy. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to make. It's not backed by anything of real utility or real value. So, but yeah, no, I think I think what we need to talk about, really, the criminality of Michael fucking Saylor. What Michael Saylor's doing is wrong. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, think about it. Michael Saylor is creating more shares of his own company, right? He's issuing more. I don't know if this is illegal, but it should be investigated by the SEC. He is issuing shares of micro penis strategies, and when he issues those, he's basically selling stock to more investors, right? So that dilutes the shares that already exist. And then what he's doing with the funds that he gets from the sale of the new issued shares is he's going out and buying stupid shit like Bitcoin. And he's really risking not only his stupid reputation, which honestly should be tarnished already, but what the dude is risking at the long run is his company overall, because he's putting this shit into the balance sheet, which is in a lot of ways unethical. And probably one of the worst ethical things I've ever seen. It's beyond bananas, man. It's beyond bananas. But let's see. Gotta do a little drumming. Yeah, gangster rap sucks. I gotta admit, man. It's like, I'm not a... It's funny because a lot of those guys end up being closeted homosexuals, you know? We're talking about like P. Diddy, the diddler. We're talking about like, you know, even Biggie. You know, it turns out like Biggie, Tupac seemed a little femmy. Yeah, so just it ends up, if you're a gangster rapper, you're really just into men, is what I've come to the conclusion of. And hey, more power to you. I'm not like dogging any of these gangster rappers for being gay. Be gay. Just don't be so mad at me because you're a closeted homosexual. That's what the anger comes from. It comes from the anger of being closeted, you know. That's what gangster rap really is. It's closeted men who can really rap really well, which is impressive. It's not easy to rap. Rapping's tough, but rapping is also, you know, you might be a closeted homosexual. Here I am rapping in the park. I'm closeted like Diddy. No, I don't think I'm gay. If I were gay, would I wear a blue shirt every day? Oh yeah, I guess that is good. Let's see. Yeah, Kanye's good. No, I like Kanye. He's all right. Kanye's pretty dope. I don't really care if he's, you know, out of his damn mind. And he is out of his damn mind, by the way. So am I. I mean, look at this channel. I'm probably going to end the stream here just a little bit. I got to take a piss because they do have porta potties here, thank goodness. So I'm going to take maybe a fat dump. I don't know. I don't think I need to take a dump or anything. But, yeah, any closing thoughts, though, before I end the stream? We'll end the stream in like 5 minutes. So any closing thoughts, any questions that you felt I could still try to answer to the best of my ability? Let's see. Ultra Fire says, my uncle always told me, you better not be listening to that crap. C-rap. Oh, man. Yeah, overall, like, rap is just, after seeing all these rappers, you know, I started to realize, man, they're not into chicks at all. They say they're into the bitches and hoes, right? But really, they're just into the bros, you know? That would be a good rap verse as well. It's like, all of these rappers say they're into bitches and hoes, but really, they're just into the bros, you know? It's like, by the way, rap is really gay. Rap is the gayest music genre of them all. I will say it. I've said it wholeheartedly. There's nothing gayer than rap. Rap is extremely homosexual. All right? And I'm not, you know, if you want to be gay, but don't pretend to be straight. All right? I don't mind if you're a gay rapper, more power to you. But if you could at least admit that you're gay, more power to you. But if you are gonna stay in the closet and talk about bitches and hoes and get mad at me all the time about whatever, you know, it's like, you know, stop it. Get some help. All right? That's all I ask. I think I said some thought-provoking things, I hope. I can't believe I get paid to do this show. The fact that I get paid to do this show is awesome, as I've been working very hard to get monetized on YouTube, so having full monetization is good. Make sure you guys like the video, though, and also subscribe to the channel. like the video. I might even just take off my shirt. Now, I think the next thing I need to do is I just need to take off my shirt and start singing in the park to the camera. Just sing gay bars like, tell me, do you have any money? I want to spend all your money at the gay bar, gay bar, gay bar. Down, 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 down. I've got something to put in you. I've got something to put in you. I've got something to put in you. At the gay bar, gay bar, gay bar. Down, 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 down. Woo! All right. I think that about does it for the day. Let's see. Right. So Ultrafire says, write this song down, Garza, and listen to it once. I think that rap will never die. By Hot Tapping. I think that rap will never die. Oh my god. All right, I'll have to look that up. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to end the stream right now. Let me check for chats real quick. Checking the chatters. And pretty good. I think you'll like it. I'll have to look it up. All right, you guys. I'll catch y'all later. I want to thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I always appreciate it, you guys. I got the best audience in the world. I'm a lucky guy. I got the best girl in the world. I got the best friends in the world. I got the best show in the world. And don't forget to look up the Benner cycle. I'm going to write that down again. The Benner cycle. Hell, I might even do a review on it. That'd be fun. Reviewing the Benner cycle. That'd be cool. All right. Make sure you guys check out the affiliate links in the description below. If you guys purchase something from those affiliate links, I may get a small commission. And it's at no extra cost to you as well. And it really helps support the channel. So any little thing you guys could do with the affiliate links, just clicking on them, buying something, it really means a lot to me. It supports the channel. Even if you just buy like a 30-pack of energy drinks or, you know, something simple. I got some cheap items on there, you know, if you can. I'll look up the Benner cycle, though, for sure. Maybe I'll try to even do a review on it. That's why I'm glad I bring my handy-dandy notebook of specific things written down. I'll get y'all later. I may even do another live stream here in a bit, so we'll see.